Welcome back to the final wake up. I'm glad you're here. Um, if you're here, I'm praying that this reaches people on the same path as me. People who are doing their best to walk the narrow path. The path that isn't easy, going the opposite direction that everyone in the world is currently. Many people are deceived. The word says in this time there will be many people who will be deceived and led astray. There'll be a great falling away. And we are living through that times. We're living in a time where most people in America are completely distracted. They're working 2, 3, 4 jobs. You know, that's the path that they've placed us on, where we just continually work to live. And some people aren't brave enough to break away from that system. 2 years ago, when the Most High woke me up, I did something I don't believe most people would do. I was working 2 well-paying jobs. I was working for Nissan Motor Acceptance, not the car dealership, the actual finance company. Had a nice company vehicle that I would get a new vehicle every 6 to 9 months. Infinitis, Nissans, the nice stuff, right? And as well, after the pandemic, we started working from home. So I did like many other Americans that could work from home. I picked up a second job and worked them simultaneously. I was working for a large insurance company. So I would have one headset on this ear, one headset on this ear, take a call over here, mute this one, vice versa, making a very good amount of money every year. Well, at least I thought it was. This was back when things, you start seeing the rising of prices. So I did what the smart thing was to do at that time. I moved to South America. I moved to Medellin, Colombia. And I worked these jobs, and the lifestyle was cool for a bit, but it became very stressful trying to maintain these 2 jobs and this and that, right? So when the Most High woke me up, I took a visit back home, spent some time back here in Texas. And I had this realization where God came and, I guess you could say, tapped me on my shoulder. And I just felt his presence. And I turned to the person I was with and said, wow, God is real. And since then, he's placed me on a journey that's movie worthy. I quit those 2 jobs, went through a cycle of homelessness, lost all family and friends. He opened my eyes to, the deceitfulness of the friends that I was dealing with and the path of destruction that they were on, and path of destruction that we were all playing a part in. Family, the same, lost all family, still in that position now, still very alone. Like if you're on this journey, you're probably going to go through that wilderness season as well. But then the rebuilding, after tearing and stripping things away from me that needed to be stripped, and the realizations started slowly rebuilding me, placed me on a path of creating a business, started a business in federal government contracting, and it's been quite successful. But I took that leap. I quit both jobs right away. When God came and tapped me, I didn't think about it. I quit. I was like, oh, I know he's got something good for me. So I quit. But little did I know, it wasn't going to be as easy. I thought it was going to be easy. I thought it was going to be some overnight success type of situation, but it was not. But it's amazing, though, how it can feel like it was still immediate success, an immediate turnaround. When you're dealing with God, he'll make a situation that probably takes someone else 10 years, just takes you a year or 2. You know what I mean? I've had some quite success. Like I said, I've spent some time since then in the Dominican Republic. I've been able to travel around the Dominican Republic, stay there extended. Right now I'm in a beautiful Airbnb. I don't have a home. You know what I mean? I don't have a home per se. But I'm able to stay in some nice, cushy places, enjoy the fruits of life. But I continue my search of the Most High. I continue to search out what he's looking for from me, the path that he wants me on. I'm still trying to find out exactly who he wants me to be, because I know whoever he wants me to be will be the best version of myself. So this is a path of learning who you are and learning God and learning who he wants you to be, right? And it's not as easy as we would hope it will be, but it is surely fulfilling. I wake up every day to a new day, truly. Like no day is the same as yesterday at all when you're on this journey. There's always a question, and I look for ways every day trying to figure out, am I doing what he wants me to do? Am I following the path? I don't want to miss a step. I don't want to go to the left when he wants me to go to the right. I want to stay right in the path where he wants. But, unfortunately, sometimes we still do make missteps on this journey, on this narrow path. But thankfully, it is narrow. So even when you do misstep, you're still within the path. It's very worthwhile, and I'm hoping that my videos will reach the people who are either in the beginning, the middle, or the end of this journey, because just like the name of my channel, The Final Wake Up, this, I believe, is the final wake up call, the time that we're living in. We're at a turning point, not only in this nation, but of this world. Regimes and the whole makeup and fabric of which country is the top country changes periodically. And we're at the time where this nation's time is just about up, and is biblically forecasted that this nation would see its demise and its destruction, and it will be done from the inside out, exactly as it has been. Its own people have selected the person that's going to be for its demise. Just like the last person that they selected. They all play their roles. That's why it's not about the left, the right, the red, the blue. They're all playing their roles, leading to the demise of this country, because it is just biblical. It's just prophetic. It's just what's going to happen. The Most High's chosen people are here, and their judgment is up. Their time of judgment is up. And it's time for this nation to recognize who its chosen people are. The God that you've been going to church for has a chosen people. And that's the most shameful thing, that these churches have not discussed that. I've gone to many of churches. I've watched church services. They talk about these different scriptures, it seems like, on repeat. But we never hear them talking about who the real chosen people are, because God says he has a chosen people. He says he'll love and take anyone in, but he has a particular people that he loves above all, that he's placed in captivity. But their time wouldn't last forever. And the people who placed them in captivity, the people that were used for their captivity, they would be judged on how they treated them, how the nation treated them. You get judged individually, you get judged as a collective as well. But those are things we'll go in further detail, I hope, on my channel. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this thing. I'm trying to figure out how often I can make this content, how I can stay original with my situation. Stay original with and keep my personality. I don't want to become so stiff, because I'm really one of the coolest people on the planet, and I want you to be able to see that. So I hope that you come back. Hope you like, share, whatever. Just leave a comment if you don't do anything else. I want to know where you're at on your journey. And I wish you well. Shalom.